Did we talk about this Bloomberg story
That's
on
a
stream?
2020
Oh,
news.
this was the one I want to talk about. Not just this, but also I want to talk. I'm going to fucking lose my mind on this story. Ooh, okay, this is the last news that we're going to do. And then it's unreal to the conversation about some teens with plastic shields instead of the white nationals militia patrolling in the city. Yeah. 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 Black people always be talking like this. Hey, I'm a black. And I hate the white man.
Wet ass P word. Make that pullout game weak.
It's like, it's so obviously not just like a regular white dude, but like a racist white dude's interpretation of what black people sound like. How do you do, my fellow blacks? Republicans really gonna make you defend a billionaire? Absolutely. I will defend this billionaire's action in this circumstance.
To tell you about Joe Biden trying to win over moderate voters by attacking Socialist Senator Bernie Sanders. Take a look.
If you could address our camera directly, talk to the voters that are worried about socialism and you raising taxes.
First of all, I guarantee, I promise, I've never broken my word. Anyone making less than $400,000 will not look like a socialist. Look at my career, my whole career.
Wait, did they cut that?
Less than $400,000 will not look like a socialist.
What? What happened there? Was that like a bad cut, or was that actually from the stream or something? Or did they like actually clip chimp him in the chimpiest way that you could? This is some LSF shit, dude. They need DGG to clip their fucking content, dude. Honestly, they do a better job of agitational propaganda than Fox News does.
Socialist, look at my career, my whole career. I am not a socialist.
And Florida's Attorney General is calling for an investigation over allegations billionaire Mike Bloomberg is buying votes in the state. The former New York City mayor raised millions of dollars to pay fines for felons so that they can cast ballots in November. Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz saying it could be criminal.
I believe there may be a criminal investigation already underway of the Bloomberg-connected activities in Florida. It is a third-degree felony for someone to...
My man said, bad look for Joe. How is that a bad look for Joe? He literally... He said not a single cent of taxes will be raised on people making less than $400,000 a year, and they cut it so that you couldn't hear the last part. Why is that a bad look? I'm so confused. Like, it's not his fault. Okay, the Matt Gaetz one is like, okay, this is gonna trigger the fuck out of me.
The former New York City mayor raised millions of dollars to pay fines for felons so that they can cast ballots in November. Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz saying it could be criminal.
I believe there may be a criminal investigation already underway of the Bloomberg-connected activities in Florida. It is a third-degree felony for someone to either directly or indirectly provide something of value to impact whether or not someone votes. So,
dude, first of all, if it's a third-degree felony to impact someone's right to vote, then literally everyone in the Florida legislature and also that fucking psychopath, the Florida governor Ron DeSantis, should be in jail. Okay? They should immediately go to jail, which would be pretty base. I love that.
Pervert.
You know what? Fuck it.
Felony.
Throw this used car salesman Andy in jail too, just for good measure. That's one. Two, there was a bipartisan ballot measure that passed in the state of Florida to restore the right to vote for felons, which allowed more than 1 million black people who have felonies in the state of Florida to be able to vote. Okay? So what did Floridians do? Because in that very same ballot measure, if you looked a couple slots up or a couple pages below on that same exact fucking that same exact booklet, Ron DeSantis beat Andrew Gillum, who is now more famously known for having gay sex orgies allegedly with meth involved allegedly. But Ron DeSantis beat Andrew Gillum by such a narrow margin of victory that it almost automatically triggered a recount. So Florida was a little worried. The Florida Republicans were like, wait a minute. This election, we almost lost. That's not good. So then they tried to stop all of these people from voting. All these people who now have, millions of people who now have their right to vote restored by the most democratic referendum style direct democratic process. Okay? Meaning Republicans and Democrats both voted to do this. They voted to say, yes, felons should be able to vote. They turned around and instituted what is known as, in modern terms, a poll tax, where they said if you're a felon and you still owe the state money, you can't vote unless you pay off your debt. So not only have you paid your debt to society by going to prison and serving your sentence, but then on top of that, you had to pay your debt, pay your financial debts to the state. That is literally a poll tax. But of course, the Latino, Cubano, first Hispanic Supreme Court justice on the Florida Supreme Court was one of the people that said that, no, this is constitutional, actually. This is not a poll tax. It's a good thing. So they're very openly trying to stop millions of people from voting by saying, I know that people democratically voted to make sure that you can vote this time around, but we still don't want you to do that. So what did Mike Bloomberg do? Now, Mike Bloomberg is a ghoul. He is an evil billionaire. I hate him. I openly stated if there was one person I would not vote for on the Democratic side, like I would openly fucking not vote for on the Democratic side, beyond Joe Biden even, that would be Mike Bloomberg. I am not a fan of Mike Bloomberg.
His name is
I think he is a ghoul. But what did Mike Bloomberg do? Well, he turned around and raised money, okay, as an actual Republican. Turned around and raised money so that they could pay off the debts of, I believe, 30,000 felons, which is fucking awesome, so that they could go out and vote to the tune of $200 million. Let's take a look at what the Fox News dipshits are saying about that, which is ultimately a good act. I'm sorry. That is ultimately a good fucking act. I don't know if all 32,000 of those people are going to go vote Biden. I don't even know if they're going to go out and vote anyway. But who gives a fuck? That is a good thing that happened there.
So the question is whether or not paying off someone's fines and legal obligations counts as something of value, and it clearly does.
All right, Juan, Florida Statute 104.061, subsection 2, third-degree felony. You can't do that. You can't give someone a thing of value to influence their vote. And
why would that be an influence of their vote when you're literally trying to get them to not vote? And this person is now using that as an opportunity to get them to vote, to give them the opportunity to vote. Why? Why would that be? It's not like they're saying you got to vote for Biden now that I gave you the right to vote.
His name
How is that fucking influencing? It's just the restoration of their democratically fought and won rights, motherfucker. You can't say that. You're giving the game away. Suck my cock, you fucking dipshits.
Mini Mike's team confessed in a memo that they have in the Washington Post. They say they're not paying fines for all felons. They're just paying fines specifically for Black and Hispanic felons as an incentive to vote for Joe Biden. Mini Mike's not going to do well in the slammer.
Don't worry then, because he's not going.
I'm teasing. But it's not illegal, Juan.
Yeah, it's legal.
No, it's not.
Of course it's legal. No. Listen, I'll tell you what's not legal is that after the voters of Florida said that felons should be allowed to vote, you get Republicans in the legislature changing the rules so they say, oh, yeah, but you've got to pay off these debts. I mean, basically, that's like an indentured servant at that point.
So they passed legislation.
They
didn't change the rules.
They
passed the law.
overruled the voters of the state of Florida in a political action meant and intended to benefit Donald Trump. And that's the illegal action.
So it would be like Sheldon Adelson, Greg, out in Nevada saying, you know what, I'm going to wipe everyone's gambling debts clean.
Oh, yes.
As an incentive to vote for Donald Trump.
No. If he said, I'm going to wipe everyone's gambling debts clean so you vote for Donald Trump, that's illegal. If you say gambling debt is preventing people from voting in the state of Nevada, and I am going to wipe their debts clean so they can go out and vote, then that's legal. You can't take something that is illegal and compare it to something that's totally legal to make the legal thing look illegal.
Work on me.
Me
oh,
too.
am I in the hole? Bingo is killing me. You know, the Dems must be really proud to be the party of felons because that's
shut the fuck up, Greg. All right, I'm done. Among Us is starting. Actually, hold on.
Wet ass P word. Make that pullout game weak.
I'm wrapping up a video. Okay. I'm going to finish this video before I do gaming because I love politics that much that despite the fact that I've been covering politics for the past 5 hours nonstop, literally nonstop, except for 1 hour allocated to fucking LSF and one a half hour allocated to OK Buddy, I'm still doing politics. This is 5 hours. Okay? Because that's how much of a fucking sicko I am.
exactly what Bloomberg has inadvertently painted them as, because we know why he's doing this. It's so Biden wins.
You can't say Democrats must love being the party of felons when you have an administration whose entire campaign is in jail or is being prosecuted. Like, you can't do that. Okay? Like, this is the only administration that is like nearly as corrupt as the Nixon administration, but because Democrats are even more inept now than they used to be back then, that there is no justice being served in this circumstance. But like, most administrations are corrupt, but none are as openly corrupt because of how fucking bad they are at covering their tracks than the Trump administration. I'm sorry. Literally the fucking most criminal enterprise we have had in office. Most openly and flagrantly criminal enterprise we've had in office. Okay? Democrats are the party of felons is hilarious. Especially when Donald Trump literally pushed for the First Step Act, or didn't veto the First Step Act and signed into the law, and constantly talks about how much of a reformer he is. And also he's pardoned more people early on in his fucking presidency than any president. I guess with the exception of like Abe Lincoln, because he did like he would pardon by mail. It was like a fucking, he would mass pardon shit like that. So it's wild. To make these statements.
Florida. So these, he assumed.
Bro, I literally mentioned I'm going to play a video game and like 800 people left. You guys disgust me. Like, honestly, you disgust me. You're sick in the fucking head. Like, I'm not even playing a video game yet. I'm still doing politics. And 800 people were like, video gaming? This person plays video games? Fuck you. I'm never coming back. Like, I didn't even start playing yet. I said I might play in a little bit, and 800 people left. You guys are fucking insane, okay? I hope you know this.
Felons will vote Democrat, and he's put that front and center in everybody's brain pan. This after the Democrats, prominent Democrats, were bailing out rapists and murderers and rioters, so they don't give a damn about.
I mean, Donald Trump literally pardoned racist Sheriff Joe Arpaio. He pardoned the fucking Chicago Democrat that sold Obabe's seat. He pardoned Roger Stone. Like, he's Mr. Pardon. He literally gets off criminals. We're not even talking about like paying for bail of unconvicted criminals. Okay, we don't know if they're criminals or not. They're literally legal. They're legally innocent until proven guilty. Donald Trump looks at illegal criminals, not illegal criminals, like people who have done illegal things, got caught, got fucking charged, and pardons them. And these motherfuckers are still like, Democrats want to have rapists out in the streets.
About the victims, they only care about the criminals. Now I want to comment on Joe Biden. Joe Biden says he beat the socialists, yet he absorbs all of his principles.
Come on, you know today's important. People look to you to cover it. We need you, but you're bailing on the games in the middle of it. Matcha Marxist. I am not a fucking robot. I am not a fucking machine. I did 5 hours of fucking politics. I'm not going to do 12 hours of politics. I'm going to play video games in between. You can fuck right off and go find someone else who covers politics for as long as I fucking do, okay? Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
So he's like a political Pac-Man. After he gobbles up the candidate, he just takes all of their principles or their policies. I would assume that if you're the front runner, you would stick to the issues or the stances that got you to the front, not just wilt and just subsume. Is that the word, Dana? Subsume?
I think that's a good word.
It's a good word.
Great word.
I got it off the Word a Day calendar you gave me for Christmas in 1993. But he just absorbs everything because he has nothing. That's the sad thing. He has nothing.
Well, he has enough to say that he's not the socialist. Bernie is a self-identified socialist.
True.
And the Joe we know for so many years, as you guys like to point out, is a moderate Democrat.
But if you have to deny, if you have to deny, you're losing.
Let me just...
Oh, fucking Greg is such a piece of shit, dude. I mean, he literally just gets paid to lie. They all do.
Tell you something.
But the lies are so outrageous. They're like more outrageous than they were before. When you try to say Joe Biden, the most conservative fucking Democrat, not the most conservative, but like one of the most conservative Democrats, who's literally known for fucking working with Republicans his entire career and gets criticized rightfully by the left for it, is like being called a socialist. Like, you're just completely insane. Like, if someone believes that, they're fucking out of their minds, dude.
Candidate being backed by the communists, the Russians. Oh, gee.
Hunter Biden?
Donald Trump.
Hunter Biden dossier?
Well,
Donald Trump.
What about the
let's not
communist
wade
Chinese
into
one?
The communist waters right now.
Oh, yeah, because we don't want to
exactly
say
right,
that.
because Russia, they're not the only commies on the planet. In fact, you've got commies that have a much, much bigger economy in China.
Why does she look like Barry Weiss if Barry Weiss did like the fucking Atkins diet?
Yes. And I'm more worried about them and their election tinkering, frankly.
Why is that? The
frankly.
FBI says the Russians are the primary actors.
Oh, and I trust the FBI because everything's above
4 years
board
you've
now.
been chasing that wand and you came
Let's
up
say
with
the
it.
truth. I know the truth hurts.
Yeah,
you.
let's let Kennedy speak.
Can I make a point?
Please.
Why we have COVID.
I like the idea of beat the socialist as some sort of a millennial drinking game. But if Joe Biden keeps saying stuff like that, I mean, it's better than beat the bishop. If Joe Biden keeps saying stuff like that, he's going to get canceled because AOC came out last week and swore like, Joe Biden is going to go so far left after the election, you guys, we have nothing to worry about. And don't.
Isn't it great when you're like, when you're on Fox News, with the exception of, what's his face, the black dude on the 5 Juan or whatever, who sometimes has like normal takes, like sometimes at least like adjust people into living in reality. But like everyone else literally has to shit on their identity and use their identity as a shield. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, this is how women speak. Like, aren't women in politics such fucking bimbos? Like me, also a woman in politics. Ah! Like, okay, good, dude. Good job. Nobody respects you, you fucking idiot. Thanks. No, I just mean AOC's a bimbo.
Don't forget, Bernie Sanders is writing a lot of his platform. Joe Biden is not a guy. Joe Biden is a committee. And Bernie Sanders has a very important seat at that committee table.
So do you think the Bernie bros, when they see that sound on tape, they get angry at Sleepy Joe?
I think that the Bernie bros are fickle fans of Biden. And they, you know, next Tuesday we'll have the first debate. And a lot of people are already locked into their positions. Republicans are locked in. Democrats are locked in. I don't even think there's that many persuadable voters out there.
I'm undecided.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I do think that the progressive left.
They're laughing because they're laughing because it's a joke to even fucking ever be undecided as a Republican. Come on, dude. Obviously. Like, there's no such thing. Especially if you're like a fucking paid Fox News commentator. Greg just wants to be a stand-up comedian. I know, it's so sad. It's like Greg and Steven Crowder. So many of these motherfuckers are like so pathetic because they just wanted to be comedians and they never were able to. So they recognize that like this sort of grifting is the easiest way to make money. Dave Rubin, it's like when you're a fucking above average looking blonde chick that was in like, I don't know, Zeta or DG in fucking Auburn, and you got a communications degree. You somehow found your way through networking because your dad knows somebody, and you got a fucking broadcasting job in a local TV station, and you notice like you're not going to be able to fucking, this is a dying industry, you're not going to be able to move upwards. So what you have to do is, you know, because you're average and have zero fucking qualities whatsoever, because you are so fucking average and so bland and so boring and like zero interesting qualities whatsoever, you decide to put on a persona. You're a horse girl, everyone's going to dunk on you. You can't show that your horse girl is your entire personality. So you become a Republican. You become not only just a regular Republican, but one that like toys around with fascism and is like a tradcath or whatever the fuck, so that you can be uplifted. It's average bimbos putting on a fucking Republican face. Not this lady. I don't know what the fuck her deal is, but I'm talking about Tommy Lauren. It's average bimbos acting like they're fucking Republican as a substitute for being for not having a personality. And it's the same exact thing that fucking these comedians do, where they're like, I have nothing going for me. So what I'm going to do instead, I have absolutely nothing going for me. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to be a Republican. And in that way, people will laugh at me. I'm not funny otherwise, but I can be funny when there are battle lines being drawn ahead of time, and people will laugh at my jokes automatically because I can point to things that they have already related to as a consequence of being in the Republican category. That's it. There you go. Shouts out to Kayleigh McEnany, who is like literally the fucking queen of that group that I was mentioning, who made it all the way to the fucking top.
Left, however, if they're watching the debate and if they are not satisfied, that might actually be the most important constituency for Biden next week.
It's a good point. So if Trump tries to pin him down on being a socialist and he spends the whole debate protesting, I'm not a socialist, the Bernie bros go click.
It's like that guy that
yeah, right, dude. No, the fucking Bernie bros are already cucked to oblivion, okay? We already know we're cucks. We know that Biden is not a fucking socialist. We don't give a fuck. Fucking Bernie wasn't a socialist in the policies that he promoted. Like,
his name is Hassan.
It's not like just Bernie was like running around saying, we are going to seize the means of production. We're going to emancipate all the workers of the world.
Oh, you're such a big man, Hassan.
It was a fucking social democrat, which is fine. Like, you gotta be fucking smart. You gotta take wins wherever you can. So, shut the fuck up. Look what Matt Christmas says about Trump and diapers. Make him deny it, but it plants the seed that he wears diapers. Yeah, I do think it's a good move. If we're being real.
Wet ass.
Trump supporter with a little
Make that pull
Biden,
out game week.
Bernie supporter with a bow tie that all of a sudden started voting for Trump. You're going to see that. The voting for Trump is a vindictive response.
Against Biden.
You know, I think it's a binary choice.
Fantasy.
You get Biden or you get Trump. So for the people on the
Wow,
left,
Juan, that is some astute analysis.
can I finish? Thank you.
Damn, dude.
But I think for people on the left
it is
who
a
are
dumb thing to
concerned
say,
about,
though.
they have
Oh,
to
shit.
be aware that it's part of the Republican strategy to try to get a wedge between them and Biden. So they want to promote people in the Green Party. Remember Jill Stein last time? Or they want to promote...
Dude, Trump is right. They are kind of cucked on Fox News. OAN is OAN is the news channel for me going forward. You know what? These guys, they're pussies. They're not strong enough. They're not good enough. They're bad. They're wrong. Fake news. They're liberal. Fox News is too liberal. They even got African Americans over there.
Is it a requirement on Fox News that
Who
you have an extremely
don't immediately
face?
say I'm not racist? Why is that black man on TV saying anything but
Arjan?
Trump is not
Pogo
racist?
Pogo Arjan? Pogo Arjan? Pogo, thanks for the great
Bro,
content
my
so
coworkers
far this
listen to
year.
OAN. Like, I don't know, bro. I'm low-key scared of these people. Do you think Biden will take their guns and shit?
His
Like,
name is Hassan.
this is the first time I've tuned into one of your streams and you covered politics great. I'm looking forward to Among Us 2. Great job. Keep it up, bro. Thank you, Splud G. The impression is terrible. It's on purpose. Bernie is a lib. If he read theory, he would have won. Trust me, bro. I swear. I love that. No, Bernie's CIA, bro. He was actually there to fucking... Bernie is CIA, bro. He's actually CIA.
Promote Kanye West. Remember him? They're still trying to get him on ballots. And there's a clear reason. Suppress the votes. Give the left a reason not to vote.
More candidates suppress the votes. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah. It's
Oh, come on, dude. I mean, it's dumb as fuck.
His name is Hassan.
No, it doesn't. You have no
Like, it doesn't actually fucking suppress the vote. Like, there is nobody who was like, oh, I was voting for Biden, but now, like, it's, remember what I said about, like, white people? It's like a white person's opinion on, like, black people. That's what this is. When you go, oh, yeah, the blacks will certainly vote for Kanye because he's black. Look at what happened with Obama. Not recognizing that, like, literally the fucking black coalition, the Congressional Black Caucus, and black voters literally in the South did not even fucking trust Obama until Iowa. And we're, like, firmly, because that's how goddamn powerful the establishment Democrats are in the South, that they were firmly in support of Hillary Clinton before Obama won Iowa and showed that white people would vote for a black person. So you are just completely oblivious to how any of this works if you think, like, yeah, it's going to suppress the vote because, like, black people are going to vote for Kanye West because Kanye West is black.
Having a proliferation of
no evidence.
That is not suppression.
Oh, no.
We're not doing...
That's why the Trump campaign is
Juan,
working.
stop talking.
Yeah.
The Republicans aren't doing a very good job suppressing the vote. If you
Oh, God. He's mad. He's mad. I mean, it's true. Like, Republicans were literally trying to get fucking... It's not an accident that they were trying to get Kanye West on the ballot. It was like Trump's very own fucking Republican lawyers that were doing it.
God, those
Who gives a fuck, though? It was still dumb as shit.